All right, shalom, shalom. This brother Nasi come back to the video. But before anything, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Kakadash, the Tamash Balas Kom Shasharala. That's give double honor to the elders of Israel, which are the elders of GMS, who really teach well. And Wa Shalom, Balabaki Shasharala. That's peace and blessing to the elect of Israel. All right, so I'm about to basically just do a video, like you can see on the thumbnail. Basically a picture that I seen earlier today, was actually riding to go pick up a family member from work, and they had that sticker printed on like the window, and it just had me thinking, basically Esau and the things that they say, and it reads one nation under God, and that's what Esau Edom holds motive. That's his whole motive. When you look at his one world order and his new world government and all of the things that he's trying to prescribe and push out throughout the earth, which is ultimately what history repeating itself. Esau, being in that same wicked vibration that he's been in from the beginning, and pushing these, pushing his let me see what I want to say, love potion and his jab upon faces of society and people, right? So I'm gonna start off with this. Is First Maccabees 1:41. It says, "Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom, right, that all should be one people." And this is the thing that Esau Edom is trying to prescribe throughout the earth right now, with his love potions and with his jabs that he's finna initiate, especially when he kill off the dollar, and when he's cutting off religions and things that's just coming out when he's saying anything uploaded about prayer to the Most High is being taken down and strikes. So it's ultimately just to show you that Esau Edom is against Yahbashim Yahushai, right? He's against a higher power, right? Because he believes himself that he is that higher power and none can be delivered out of his hand, right? And this is why he says his habitation's on high, and he thinks the thoughts that he think, having such great pride and boasting himself, against the Lord, right? It says that all should be one people, and they're even banning Bibles, and these are the things that they're coming for, right? It says, so I'm reading again, it says, "Moreover, King Antiochus wrote unto his whole kingdom that all should be one people," right? And watch what he did. It says, "And everyone should leave his laws," right? It says, "So all the heathen agreed according to commandment of the king," right? Yeah, according, of course, the heathens are going to agree, right? But it says, "Yea, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion," right? So when you go into that word religion, it basically means to blind or constrain or hold back, and it's basically holding them back from following the ways of Yahbashim Yahushai. And a lot of the Israelites consented. There's going to be a lot of them consent now in this time, right today now, It said you get a lot of coon ass jakes say certain shit, believing and trusting in this devil, right? It's the same thing that they were doing back then, right? Putting Yahbashim Yahushai to the side, trusting in Egypt, man, and not looking to the Holy One of Israel. It says, "Yea, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion and sacrificed unto idols and profaned the Sabbath." It says, "For the king has sent letters by messengers unto Jerusalem and the city of Judea, that they shall follow the strange laws of the land," because these are strange laws, right? Because what? We're not supposed to follow, the ways of the heathen, man, or follow any of the laws that they enforce that will cause us to go against our Lord, right? But our people are subscribing to it now. Back then they were doing it, and now today, or they're doing it now, right before our eyes, and we're seeing history repeating itself, right? It says, "And forbid burnt offerings and sacrifices and drink offerings in the temple, and they should profane the Sabbath and festival days." So they didn't keep nothing holy. They didn't keep no high holy days according to the scriptures. They didn't keep no law of Israel, being who they are, right? And this is today, man. Like I said, like I quoted, like the article that came out, they trying to ban Bibles, ban prayer. Esau wants you to trust in him, so he's the sole proprietor, right? They're coming out with a V. I can't even say that, a V. I'm gonna say a V jab, like a brain chip or something like that makes you forget that there is a God, right? It says, and pollute the sanctuary in holy people. It says, set up altars and groves and chapels of idols and sacrifice swine's flesh and unclean beasts. And he cut off everything. He cut off everything and he forced it on the masses of people. And it's going to be the same thing that Esau is basically going to prescribe and do now. And this time he's going to cut off all alleyways of all access to do anything. Everything is cut off unless you subscribe to be under him, under his rulership, under his power, under his watch, under his system. Basically, it says that they should also leave their children uncircumcised and make their souls abominable with all manner of uncleanness and profanation. Right? It says, to the end they might forget the law and change all the ordinances, man. And that's what it was set up to do, man. It says, and whosoever will not do it according to the commandment of the king, he said he should die. And that's what it's coming to. It's going to be either you down with the program or you going to lay down, man. Right? And this is how this beast is coming. This is how this devil is coming. Right? He's coming down with great wrath, man, because he knoweth that what he had a short time. Right? So, yeah, some of our lives are going to be taken. Lives are going to be threatened. The truth is going to be evil spoken of. You are contrary and you're going basically against the ways of society. You are now officially a target. Right? And this is how it is played out upon the earth and the things that we're finna see. Right? So let me jump to this real quick. Going to just showing that pride of Esau, Edom. Right? Let me see. Verse 13, it says, for thou hast said in thine heart, speaking of Esau, Edom, right? This is the things that he said in his heart, right? It says, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the side of the north, right? Where we are. It says, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Salakia. Right. And it's basically showing and symbolizing the power that Esau Edom has now. Right. And how his habitation is on high. Why does Esau want to be so high up and above everybody? Because he wants to be like the Most High. Right. He wants to be the Lord. That's why he said that all should be one people. Under who? Under him. And that's why the title of the video was One Nation Under God. Right. So all should be one nation and one, under one order, one rule. And under God would be symbolizing Esau Edom believing that he is God, right? He's believing that he is and that there is no God and that none could deliver out of his hand, man, right? And that's why he's going to come down with such wrath and come down with his jab. And let me get that real quick. This is Revelation 13. In verse 15, it said, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many will not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And if you're not bowing down before this image, and if you're not bowing down to the system and the ways that the society is coming into, it's crashing fast, bro. And if you're not bowing down to it and submitting to it, your life is going to be soonly taken away. It says, and he cast it all, both small and great, and your life is going to be sick. And for, I'm going to say that because the scriptures tell you that not all men shall taste death, right? It says, and he cast it all, both small and great, rich and poor. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter if you're a man or woman, if you're a kid, if you're grown up, if you're rich, if you're poor, you live on the south side, the north side. It doesn't matter. Free and born to receive the mark in their right hand and in their forehead, man. And that's that charagma, that jab, man, right? That is finna be forced on the masses of people, man, right? It says, and that no man shall buy or sell. You won't be able to buy, sell. You won't be able to do commerce, do nothing, right? It says, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast and the number of his name, man. So this devil's going to come down. He's going to cut off all alleyways. He's going to deprive the people. He's going to starve the people and act as if he's God. He's the only way. He's the only help, right? And this is what he's going to push before the masses of people. And the people are going to subscribe to it because this is the mind of this devil. Let me get that. That's Psalms 49:11. His inward thought. This is Psalms 49 and verse. I'm going to start at verse 10. It says, for he seeth that wise men die, likewise the fool and the brutish person perish and leave their wealth to others. It says their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever. This is what Esau is thinking in his heart, and this is the pride of this devil. It says that the houses shall continue forever, and his dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names because they think that they're going to stand. They think that the Lord of Israel is resting. They think that the Lord of Israel is not there, that he's sleeping, right? But that's why the Lord said what? The pride of your heart. Let me get it. This is Obadiah 1 and 3. It says, the pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the cleft of the rocks, which is Esau, Edom, because they are the cave dwellers, right? It says, whom habitation is high, who set their houses on high places. Look at the skyscrapers and everything about Esau is everything is up high. He has his cameras up high, looking low, just showing that he wants to be the Lord, man. And this is, he really in his heart believe that he's the Lord. And this is why he come up with these slogans, one nation under God, in America, and all these things. You just listen to the national anthem or whatever it is, man. It says, the pride of thine heart had deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks, which is showing that you're the basis of man. You're really nothing. It says, whose habitation is high, and saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Man, he doesn't believe that he's going to be brought down. But the Lord is surely going to bring you down and knock you down, because the Lord said, he that uplifted himself in that great pride shall be abased and brought low, man. One thing about the Lord, he hates a pride tongue, man. All right, and a lying tongue also, because Esau, Edom, he's a forger of lies, like the scriptures say. It says, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, because what does the eagle do? An eagle flies high, and it's dolo, right? One thing about the Lord, what the Lord said, what I am, and there is none with me, I am alone, But Esau, Edom, he symbolizing that eagle flies high, and he flies by itself, right? It says, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, said the Lord, man. So Yahweh Shem Yahushua said that he's making war. He's calling for war against this devil, man. He's going to bring you down, right? And the matter of fact, I'm going to end it off with this one. It's one of my favorite scriptures. One of my favorite scriptures that the Lord, I'm trying to click Jeremiah. Okay, there we go. What the Lord said, man. But it's in Jeremiah's. Watch what it says. It's Jeremiah 50:23. It says, how was the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? Esau, Edom is that hammer of the earth, that whipping stick, right? It said, how is the hammer of the earth cut asunder and broken? The Lord is going to break that staff, man. Right? He's going to break it, break that hammer in pieces, man. It says, how is Babylon, which is this place, right, become a desolation among the nations? I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou was not aware. So Esau, Edom, while you want to be all seeing and thinking that you just got it all together, you're not going to be aware of what the Lord is hitting you with, man. It says, thou art found and also caught, right? It says, because guess what? You little birdie, you little eagle, you think you flying high, can't nobody stop you. Guess what? You are found and you're caught, because thou hast striven against the Lord. And this is the whole purpose, right? Because you have striven against the Lord and you boasted yourself up so highly and esteem yourself so high. The Lord is going to bring you down, man, right? And that's why the Lord said, what the meek shall inherit the earth. This is verse 25. It said, the Lord had opened his army and had brought forth his weapons of his indignation. For this is the work of the Most High of hosts in the land of the Chaldeans, right? So the Lord, what? Guess what? That the weaponry of his indignation is these ICBM missiles, those warheads that the Lord is going to send here, right, to destroy this place from one end of the earth to the other, man. Right? Like you say, well, the beast shall hate the whore, which was seeing brewing up, right? War is brewing up, right? The Lord said, well, prophesy against Mount Seir. Let them know, hey, guess what? War is to come. War is on the brinks. And that's what's going to bring this place down through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, would say, thus with violence shall that wicked kingdom Babylon be thrown down. And with our eyes will we see it, because the Lord told us in Baruch 4, he said, well, my delicate ones have gone rough ways, but surely will ye see the reward of the wicked. And surely we're watching with our eyes this kingdom coming to a screeching halt and fall. So Lord willing that this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Kakadash, Nadamash, Nagabalas, Kom, Shasharala, and Wa Shalom, Babla Baki, Shasharala. Till next time, Shalom.